Thank you, Adam. After months of protests and a 10-hour meeting, Sarasota County commissioners heard the community loud and clear, ultimately voting against a plan to build a recycling center near the Celery fields.
This issue drew big crowds at every meeting, including yesterday when the debate came to a head. Some say it was unlike anything they've seen before. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the Celery fields with how the community feels about this decision. Jess?
Good evening, Haley and Scott. Commissioners say that the large turnout at yesterday's meeting certainly showed a lot of community support. And while that large crowd can affect the vote, they say it's typically just in a mild way.
I've lived in Sarasota County for 19 years, and I have never seen an issue attract this much attention.
In January, David Johnson found out through a postcard in the mail that Jim Gabbert of TST Ventures was trying to build a recycling center near the Celery fields, one that would process concrete, scrap metal, and landscaping debris. The postcard invited Johnson to a neighborhood workshop where more than 200 passionate neighbors and environmentalists showed up to try to convince Gabbert to go elsewhere.
Within a few days of the neighborhood workshop, I realized we were going to have a fight on our hands because he made it very clear, Mr. Gabbert made it very clear that he planned to proceed all the way through to the end.
Debbie White, Sarasota resident of 63 years, was one of those 200 people to show up.
I mean, it went through the neighborhoods like wildfire out here.
For White, the fight was personal. When she was a child, she says she used to pick up leftover vegetables left at the Celery fields after they were harvested.
That's actually how my mother made ends meet for a single woman, 2 children, on a $65 a week paycheck.
In the next 7 months, the group organized a series of protests and raised thousands of dollars to fight back against Gabbert.
We began working from then on letter writing campaigns, email campaigns. We certainly built a Facebook page and we started doing social media outreach. We built an email list.
Then on Wednesday, about 70 people voiced their concerns to commissioners who ultimately voted against the recycling center.
We didn't want to intimidate any commissioners, but on the other hand, we felt it very important for them to realize just exactly how much community support there was in favor of preserving the Celery fields from this type of development.
Without the organized support, the group feels they may not have seen the votes sway the way they did. Now, that piece of land where the recycling center was proposed to sit, it's still up for sale. And according to Sarasota County government, Jim Gabbert could still purchase that land. He simply couldn't put a recycling center on it. There's no word at this point what may happen. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.